What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Invesco QQQ Trust with the ticker symbol QQQ. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who have already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. We will start out the technical analysis by going over what I see in the daily chart and potential price targets. Then we'll take a quick look on the weekly chart to wrap it all up. So QQQ just tracks the Nasdaq, just like the SPX tracks the S&P 500. So on the daily chart, looks like we could be in this downtrend right here. Obviously we are in the downtrend, but I'm saying we could be in this downtrend channel. Where we can continue to make lower lows, lower highs. We just gotta wait and see. I would like to see a third touch on the resistance side of the channel to be 100% sure this is accurate. But it could be coming in play since the EMA is overhead resistance now. So it looks like prices could be pulling back to this 341 level just because it was a previous breakout level. So I'll put a trend line right there for you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me zoom out just a little bit and I'll put the trend line. So it looks like prices are trying to pull back to this level. I don't know if it'll come back all the way back down here, but it looks like it's trying to. Either way, I do see us continuing higher in the very short term, such as the next few days and maybe a week, maybe something like this. We break outside this yellow channel and then I still see us continuing lower just because we had that first break of the channel, and usually when we get those, we get a retest of the lows or even a new one, and it makes sense because we could come back to tested level, something like that. We did already make 2 legs down. Let me show you guys right now. So this is the first leg down, and if I just drag it over to the top of the correction before it continue lower, it's pretty much a perfect measure move. Not perfect, but very close to it, since that's where prices stopped and we're kind of finding some support right now. So that's why I expect a little 2-legged pullback upwards, and then 1 more leg down, just to flush everybody out. This could be continuation to the upside, but I don't see that happening. There's a higher probability in my mind that we will probably just pull back short term and then continue lower until we hit this target. So if I just zoom out a little bit more on the daily chart, you can see that pretty much prices made a spike in channel up. So let me show you guys that right now with my channels. So here's the channel 2 right here. So this is the spike up that I see, this yellow channel. Well, the spike is actually right here, and then we went in this flatter 45-degree channel, and now we're kind of in a very large flatter, maybe like 35-40-degree channel. So this was previously a spike in channel, but then prices still continue to go higher inside of this larger channel right here. Every time we come back to these lows, we find some type of support, and every time we go up to the highs, we get some resistance. Let me just adjust this a little better. So this is the level, this is the channel that I see where I'm holding for prices. I think this is fitting pretty good right here, maybe something like that. So that's pretty close. Doesn't have to be exact, you just got to be close. So let's just go ahead and make this purple. So looks like prices were in a spiking channel, and then we went inside of even a bigger flatter channel, and that's working higher. So since we came up from the high side, or even we just came up a little short of it, I expect us to continue to the lower side of the channel, which would be right around here. And maybe this time we'll get a break just because we came up short just a little bit. I could have this channel a little too shallow. It might be a little more higher up. And that makes sense because that's why we might see that break outside on this side of the channel since we came up short here. If we come up short this amount, I expect us to break this purple channel the same amount or even a little bit more because the market is symmetrical. That's what I expect to see, and I've seen it multiple times happening across numerous markets. So that's what I expect to happen for the Nasdaq or QQQ. I expect us to pull back in the short term, but then continue lower until we reach probably like the 342 level. And over here, we might see something like this, probably a retest of the highs or even a new one. So whatever this yellow red line is I drew out, that's what I expect prices to do. Let me show you guys some measured moves real quick. So I see that pretty much prices still have more room to the upside. So let me show you guys right now. So this is the first leg up right here, and then the second leg is right here. So let me just adjust this chart a little bigger. There's a lot of price bars in here, so it's hard to squeeze everything together. So it looks like the two measured moves up would be right at this 399 level, or 400, right at the 400 mark. So that's where I expect prices to go. So after we get a little break outside of this purple channel that I see coming, we could find support at this 342 level or 343 level, and then from there we'll see a bounce back up to the highs. We'll probably surpass the highs and reach this measure move, and then from there we'll probably even see a larger sell-off. But that's what I expect to happen. We are selling off right now, or correcting, because we already made pretty much a measure move up. So normally when we reach these measure moves, we usually go sideways or we start pulling back or correcting. So that's what we expect. That's what's happening right now. This measure move was right at the 376 level. We surpassed it just a little bit more. Prices had a tough time continuing higher, and then they just sold off. They just reversed. So that's pretty much. There's actually one more thing that you guys should know about. Previously, there was a similar pattern that potentially could play out. So this was also pretty much a downtrend channel right here. Let's make it yellow so you can see the similarities, and it was also two legs down. So let me do the arrow real quick. So there's one leg right here, and then we pulled back up a little bit, and then if I just put this over right there, it's pretty much two legs down. Same thing over here. We had two legs down, and we're kind of in this yellow channel. The only difference is this one came off from the top side. It bounced off the top, where this one came up short, and also this one we found some support on the lower side of the channel. So over here we came up short. Wait, one more second. So over here, the difference over here is more bearish than this one, just because we already kind of met that measured move. We came up short on the upper side of the channel, and this one kind of sold off more, so the EMA didn't have a chance to point down that much, while over here it looks like we're kind of like just starting to point down now, like trending down now. So that's the difference with those two patterns. So we could potentially see the same thing happen, but I doubt it, because of the reasons I outlined. There are differences, and those differences could make the difference. So that's pretty much everything I see on the daily chart. So we're pulling back. I expect a small reversal in the short term, which will lead to more selling in the future, and we'll probably find support at this 342 level, 343 level, and then from there I expect a bounce, because it's the first break of this purple channel, and it will probably run up all the way up to the highs and probably even surpass it to this $400 level. So that's pretty much everything I see on the daily chart. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart. So there's not much to say on the weekly chart. Every time we come up to the EMA, we get some bounces, as you can see here, and this one is no difference. Right now we are potentially going to do the same thing. We just gotta wait and see how this week closes. But either way, I still wouldn't go long. I would still need to see more confirmation that we're going higher, such as a higher low, maybe something like this, and then higher. So this low right here would be higher than this one, so that's a higher low. So that's what I would want to see. So we gotta wait and see. But other than that, it's a very strong trend. Every time we come into the EMA, we get some support, so that's pretty strong. So that's why I expect us to continue higher. This isn't like the top of the market. I don't see it yet, so gotta wait and see. If I just zoom out on the chart, I mean, eventually we're gonna see like a very, very large crash, maybe something like the 2020 .com bubble bust, because look how elevated this market was during that period. It's pretty much parabolic. So anytime we see a parabolic move, it's unsustainable and it's gonna start selling off, right? So right here, I mean, it looks very small against the whole time frame, but you can see it's just pretty much almost straight up like parabolic move. It slowly starts creeping up and it just takes off. And this move right here that we're currently in is no different. It's just dragged out in a larger time scale. As you can see here, we're just pretty much going parabolic, something like this. We kind of go like this. So anytime you see this, that's not a good sign. That doesn't mean we could sell off and crash tomorrow. This thing could go up much higher than you think, but eventually it's gonna pop and probably come back down all the way to where it started. Maybe not that far down, maybe something about right here. It'll probably retrace 70 to 80% of the move, so it could eventually come back all the way down to this level right here. I mean, this is a crazy analysis or prediction I'm just throwing out, but maybe we might reach that 120 level. So that means the Nasdaq would have to crash. Let's say if it reaches that $400 level and that's the top of the market, we would need to crash, like I said, 70%. And it's possible. It's gotta wait and see. I mean, it's very possible. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it had happened. But anyway, that was my analysis for the QQQ. In the short term, I see maybe a slight pullback, but eventually probably see more selling right back to the 340 level. If the trend is too strong, then we might not even reach it, but eventually I still see us continuing higher to the $400 level, and from there we just gotta wait and see what's gonna happen. But that's all I have for this video. So thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised at what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also, share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.